Well, I'm here and ready to record Castranger, but nobody seems to have shown up. At least not in the studio. Well.
Oh, God.
Ah.
Oh, hey, Ichi.
When did you? How did you get here?
You know the podcast we just recorded with Ryusoulger and Lupin Pat. I right after that I read an article. It's like, oh, for every 1 hour of sleep you lose, you have to rest a full day in order to get that hour of sleep back. So I just figured I'd open up like a pocket dimension and then get that hour of sleep and get like all those hours of sleep that I missed in a pocket dimension. If I did it right, it should only be like a few hours or something, maybe a full day. So how long has it been?
I think you inverted your time conversion mechanic or whatever you did, because it's been years.
What? It's like only like November 2020, right?
No.
You wish.
Okay. Fuck. I guess that means Saber's over.
Yep.
What did I miss anything good? Did May become a writer?
No.
Okay. Is the new Sentai any good?
Some people would say it's good. I'm not enjoying it very much, but it's been funny at some points.
I'll have to look into it, I guess. But at least I can watch these shows through TV Nihon, my favorite subgroup.
Yeah, about that. Some more shit happened in the fandom.
Is COVID done at least?
No.
I fucking wish.
Well, so much for my welcome to the team party.
Who are you?
Oh yeah,
it's me.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This guy came free.
Hey, it's me, Jerry.
He came free as a free update once you left the pocket dimension. It was like a bonus with the software.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm Nightcaster.
Can I be on the show this week?
Sure, why not?
Cue the roll call.
Damn, Blaze, you stole my bit!
We are live! Zenkaiger!
Connect. Loading. Broadcast.
Tempered Zeal! Bluecaster, Super Ichi!
A spark of courage, the power of dreams. Orange Caster, Global Soft Perka.
Shining through the night, Spellcaster, Blade.
Armed with bad puns and positive reinforcements. Nightcaster, Sir Gary the Lost.
Broadcasting hundreds of opinions across the world! Radio Sentai Castranger! On air!
It's funny because stealing the bit is a bit!
Damn it, Blaze! We talked about this!
Well, talk about it on your own time, because it's episode 358 of Radio Sentai Castranger!
I'm not prepared.
Chimako.
Boom!
Suck it, Blaze! Sorry.
There you go, now you've stolen each other's bits, now you're even.
Good game, Blaze.
No. Chimako.
Very good.
Did you say Chomako?
No.
It's Chimako.
I thought you said Chomako. Just you go off with the Pro ZG thing we were doing earlier.
And I'm his brother, Gromako!
And I'm your granddaughter, Chomako!
Oh, yeah, that.
Chomako on a Chobako?
On a chocobo? I'm missing the live letter to be here! You better be grateful!
I'm grateful.
I am.
I'm very grateful, Ichi. I'm full of grapes.
I thought I had the bad puns here.
The discussion of the Gaim set was during Extra. We're past that.
There was no grapes in that, though.
Yeah, you sound pretty sour grapes about it.
Here's the roll call again.
No! I'm not. I usually do that, but I usually do whenever someone does that, but I'm not doing it this time.
What is happening?
It's chaos because we're all over Discord instead of in the room where it's easier to read each other. So apologies.
We're evolving just backwards.
We're a bunch of knights gathered together to introduce me, the new guy, and talk about Revice, Zenkaijer, and a movie.
This guy just stole my bit.
No, that was actually.
You stole my bit. You stole Blaze's bit. What are you going to steal?
Technically, I didn't.
Are you going to steal
Okay,
Emily's
fine,
bit of being
more
really
technical.
shy about us?
Fine. No, I'm going to be more technical. Today, we're talking about Revice Episode 2, Zenkaijer Episode 27, and Kiramager versus Ryusoulger.
Onore Kaito!
I'm a knight, not a phantom thief.
What's happening?
No, I won't stop selling bits, Decker.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
Are we?
You brought me in. I think I made the madness increase.
Do we want to talk about Revice then?
I do.
Body.
Sam, Honore Naito.
All right, let's just talk about the thing. Revice bumper, go.
Okay.
Body up.
So, let me start by summarizing my opinion of the episode. I am genuinely impressed by the pacing of this episode. They condensed what would usually be 2 separate episodes in other Rider shows into a single episode here, and I think it was paced very well.
Definitely.
I agree.
We got 2 monsters of the week.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It felt very O's-like with how some of the characters interacted.
Oh yeah.
Especially how Iki and Vice are. It felt very O's-like.
I was more feeling some Deno vibe, but it is kind of O's-like in the fact that they both kind of physically exist, whereas in Deno that wasn't the case. I guess it's kind of a mix.
Denos.
It felt like what would have happened. Like this addressed like the problem I had when I first saw the fight at the last episode of Saber, where it was like it seemed like Iki just didn't give a shit and was just going along with Vice's antics. Now here he is being like, "Hey, fuckface, we're doing shit."
Iki said, "You keep on acting like yourself, I'll fight till I'm dead, and I'll take you with me."
Yep.
Didn't expect Iki to have that kind of nuts.
Like, I was watching the episode. I legit said I was about to say I'll drag you to hell.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I thought he was going to go there.
I'll drag you to hell, except you're already there, so I'll drag myself to hell to see you. We'll have brunch.
All right.
Also, the opening. Can we talk about the opening? 'Cause
Yes.
It was really
Yes.
Oh man, the opening sequence we see for the first time, and it was really
I'm
good.
addicted to this opening.
this double helix.
Yeah, there's a tree.
Yeah, so as per the shot from Decker that he's sharing, we can already see a bunch of the probable genomes that are going to happen, because you can see Rex in the middle, and there's moose, mammoth, there's whale, bull, lion, tiger, gorilla, owl, eagle, toucan, emu, I think, parrot, frog. I see the megalodon, swordfish.
There's an
It's
Archaeopteryx.
a turkey.
A
But I
raptor.
could be wrong.
There's a turtle one. It looks like, and there's a crocodile one too. Oh man, these are
There's a frog. Who's gonna be the frog?
I'm a frog.
a handsome prince.
Watch O's be the frog for some reason.
Yeah, and then
Or
yeah,
Kiba.
the most concerning shot of the entire opening is the shot of George looking at his lab full of riders in vats. What's that about?
Which, the 3 riders that are the most when it comes to those 3 riders shown, the consistent answer has been Zeto/J, Black RX, and Kuga.
Yeah.
The last one's definitely Kuga.
But it looks like this is probably how he creates the system / adding the rider powers to the Vice stamps.
I see,
Basically,
like,
it's like a rider's essence.
extract them from it. Yeah.
So does he just have humans in these fucking vats, like the actual riders? Maybe world alternate versions?
Maybe rider-based demons?
I have no.
I don't want to know what the ink is then.
I'm confused. Just like because now, like they said before, that his dad was the one who made the stamps, but he's the writer otaku.
Yeah.
So did his dad make the stamps to please him, or
because we've seen the Dead Man stamps don't have the writer associations. What I'm believing happened is George's dad created the driver and system, and then George, being the writer otaku, is the one who attributed the rider powers to them. Because
Do you think that the things he'd choose would make more sense associating with the riders then?
And know what's even funnier thing about George's character? It mimics real life because this actor is also a big Rider fanboy thanks to his father.
Wow. He must be having a hell of a time with this role then.
A gorilla. Something that will
George,
get pissed off and sees a smile as a sign of anger. Forze!
Noritaka Hamao, his actor, basically mentioned how his father was the one that showed him Rider, and he's just a big fanboy. He has like a pretty big collection of various Rider stuff.
I love Seven. Like we were talking about how there was an emu or something in the fucking shot of all the animals. Is that one Exade? No, but it should be. For some reason. Yeah, Exade is a jackal.
Of things being pronounced strangely, he did say genome instead of genome, even though I've never heard it pronounced that way.
Now,
I believe you pronounced it genome.
That cold open. The first line, a person should be using the system. And my first thought went, watch there be a future Rider that's just a demon.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Watch there be a future Rider that's just a dog.
And
oh god.
Kadota the captain, he got demoted. Yeah, there he is.
Well, there's been a Precure who is just a cat.
And so Kadota, who last episode stamped himself in and released the Rex Deadman. Yeah. For some reason, he gave me vibes of Utsumi from Build.
Yeah.
So I think because the way he was acting and responded, he felt like I need to keep my eye on you.
He definitely seems like the character who tried to do well, tried to be a hero, failed, gets fired, gets angry, turns to the dark side.
I mean, George straight tells him, you stamp yourself with that, you release your demon. I'm going to do it anyway. And look what happened.
You can't handle it. He does it anyway. He couldn't handle it.
I feel like he's going to get jealous of Iki, do some reckless shit, maybe become a villain, maybe an evil rider.
I got it. They're going to have like the Vice stamps in like a vault somewhere, like in his lab around. He's going to steal a prototype belt and become a dark version of Revice. Like he's going to go full Matarogue. He's
gonna become pre-Vice.
No, he's gonna become Revice backwards. Eceiver.
Wow.
Okay, actually, that does sound pretty cool. Actually,
that sounds cool. I'm not gonna lie.
And speaking of riders, can I mention my crazy little rider theory?
That's what the show is for.
So, because of how the show off the opening, and here's his brother in action, here's a sister in her martial arts class.
I know where you're going.
So far, I think we may get a total of 5 riders. So far,
I am ready to say Daiji and Sakura will become riders.
Because Daiji's they're not even hiding that Daiji will be the secondary.
He's Goto. He's already Goto.
His sister's showing how to fight, so they'll make her the tertiary. George will make his own rider system.
Absolutely.
But the 5th one may surprise you. I think it's going to be GIF. Gifu.
The unborn monster villain? Actually, yeah, no. You know what? As like the main villain rider, a la fucking Storius, Evolved, Cronus.
I secretly hope they revive him halfway through the show, so that way he can be a threat.
It could be like just his spirit remotely controlling a rider suit.
Oh, they're gonna pull an Odin again? That could be interesting.
Go ahead.
And this is also unlikely, but just imagine what if Revice, but actually evil, corrupted. Basically, he'll be the Carnage to Revice's Venom.
So the evil version of Revice. So it would be Device, because devil.
Maybe that works fun too.
And he'll hench with a certain kind of device.
Those stamps are so big.
Yeah.
Look at that picture. That thing is as big as his fucking head.
Oh yeah.
The Vice stamp.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeez. No, it's only Terra and Mammoth.
It's 2.
Yeah.
He's got one in each. One for each hand.
His left hand has Terra and his right hand has Mammoth.
Okay. Also, I have a theory with the Vice stamps. I'm pretty sure that each for each rider that uses them, it's gonna have a different color for the thing. Like, so you know how like all the ones we've seen so far have been blue at the top for those
for the ink stains.
Another series have a different color there. Yeah.
Yeah. So like
you're talking about the ink stains on the top.
Yeah. Like well no I like
the more like almost kind of granite-y kind of.
Yeah. The marble-esque color was like it's white and blue for all of the stamps we've seen so far except for Bata, which is black and white.
I mean that one's kind of a one-off because it's a special Rider anniversary one.
It's special.
True, but if there's but isn't there a thing like the ending thing has enough stamps for every single rider?
I don't
At least
know.
one.
There's 20
every main rider.
I think there's 20.
Unless they pull a Zeo where they do like final form stamps.
Please no.
O's is going to be the final form stamp for this. I'm going to call it now.
Blaze, quit saying things I want.
It makes all the sense. Put all the animals into one boy.
Okay, so...
Let me rephrase that.
Master Genome stamp?
So,
yeah.
Predictions on what we think will pop up in the show that we see in the opening.
The bathhouse is absolutely going to get destroyed at some point. Possibly by the Phoenix ship crashing into it.
That would really...
That's pretty much mine.
Everyone, but...
Ichi, what do you think is going to be the ending scene from the theme song?
Phoenix brand bathhouse.
I mean, like, go ahead, Emily.
With Revi, with like Iki and Vice standing there and all the stamps flying around.
Pull a build.
That'll probably be it. Yeah.
No, I got it. The Phoenix will crash, and just for some reason, all this DNA towers will just come out of the ground.
I can imagine.
Pure Rider genome.
I don't know about that. That seems largely symbolic.
Genome.
No. You know what? Revice's final form will be the deadliest animal of all, man.
That's been an easy joke.
But I think it's safe to say that at some point there will be a form that involves Revi and Vice fusing into Kamen Rider Revice.
And what makes you say that?
The title of the show.
Call me crazy, but so there's a brief scene where we see it looks like Iki in a suit. What if? And I don't know if people might hate me say this, but what if? And now they're going to give him a Berserker form. Like, watch the Berserker form has Vice take over for Iki for a couple episodes.
That's another thing I was going to mention. It seems very like, seeing as he's the inner devil, even though he's agreed to this contract, it seems very
I originally
possible.
thought that guy was Gifu, but I'm sitting there going like, no, what if that's actually Iki but controlled by an actual demon like Vice?
I don't know.
Find out next week.
Like, I'm calling it. I don't. It's not going to happen. But watch Revice pull something that's going to make the series dark.
Oh yeah, this guy. I forgot he existed. We don't know who that is yet.
I thought it was Iki.
No, I don't think so. Maybe he's some like Phoenix. Maybe he's some like high up at Phoenix.
That's an evil clone, Ezekiel.
Well, to be fair, I thought it was Gifu in a suit. So. I don't know. Check that early.
So let's talk about the actual episode.
Okay, yeah, that might be good.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. The monster of the week actually existed simultaneously with its projector.
Yeah.
And
just real quick, CO2 is asking about the mooks. They're called juniors, as in Gifu Junior. So they're they're like clones based on Gifu's DNA. Yeah.
I'm gonna go a tiny bit ahead, but when we get to the caddy, when he was given the Vice stamp by Olteka, it's interesting how we basically learned that the stamps have almost a Helheim fruit attraction. Like you want to stamp yourself.
It seems to have some sort of like primal enthralling element to it.
Oh, and I did look up those two actors because I thought the golfer looked familiar. They did nothing in Toku.
Okay.
They're just like general like stage show, like theater actors.
But yeah,
they were familiar, and turns out they weren't.
I was wrong.
I was.
I was wrong.
Wait. I was going to mention about the Deadman, but I'll wait till we get to that part.
I just love that Ibarra absolutely is not questioning why this weirdo in a Mexican suit is talking to him.
Nope.
He starts up the conversations like, this guy looks weird. I bet he'll be fun to talk to.
Okay, you'll say something interesting.
They tempt you. It's a demon contract.
Yeah. And I just love... There's such a disconnect between intent and result, because, like, oh, you want him to listen to you? You know what'll make him listen to you? If you threaten his fucking life with a monster.
And then
listen to you for a bit.
Yeah, until he dies.
That's the nice method.
The re-nice method.
I mean, they both get a chance to be monster summoners.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, let's not forget this is the most important thing. Phoenix has a Kamen Rider contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really played the whole the different meanings of a contract in this episode. We had like actual
I thought the Kamen Rider contract was in 01.
And
no, that was Deno.
And then we had Iki forcing Vice to make a contract with him instead of the other way around.
I didn't catch that. Nice one, Emily.
Yeah.
What if we actually get a Kamen Rider contract?
I mean, there was a physical one in the show. Daiji handed
No, I mean
a
Kamen Rider contract.
What do you mean?
Kamen Rider called contract.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably in a movie or special.
I don't know if they'll go that. I don't think they'll go that literal with the contract idea. I feel like we're already hitting it pretty hard.
Well, I mean, if he decides he doesn't want to be a rider anymore, like if something happens, like, and he wasn't able to help someone and he wants to quit being a rider, what if that's how we introduce, like, a different rider, like one of Phoenix's, like, backup plans to make sure the riders stay in doing what they're supposed to be doing?
Even if that happens, I don't think they'll literally call it Kamen Rider contract. I think if Phoenix busts out, busts out their own like produced,
like a grunt assistant.
I think Kamen Rider Phoenix is more a likely thing
because it makes sense. That
would be George's rider.
Yeah, and he'll use a Phoenix Vice stamp.
I'm pretty surprised that there hasn't been one yet. Actually,
keyword yet.
Yeah, I mean we did just have Falchion, which was kind of Phoenix.
Phoenix-ish.
Phoenix-like.
Phoenix!
Odin also had a Phoenix at his contract beast.
Yep.
Oh, it was technically a Phoenix at one point.
I guess.
Phoenix Robo exists.
So yes, Ibata the caddy spawns the Kamakiri dead man, and it looks like origami.
And I like the joke they made when, like, oh, this mantis monster's attacking. It's funny. Kamakiri is attacking a Kakahashi golf court.
Oh, nice. I don't know if that was intentional, but sure.
I mean, I just thought it was funny. Just like, oh, Kamakiri, Kakahashi. I'm like, okay, you try to be clever, somewhat clever there.
Oh, one more thing about the opening. I love how one of the lines of the song is "No one can ever know," but literally fucking everyone knows that Iki's Revice.
Okay, since you mentioned the Deadman, can I mention a little thing I noticed about the Deadmans real quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
So you know how the stamps for like the rider to animal doesn't make sense?
Uh-huh.
They're kind of mixed. So are the Deadmen. Because like you look at the Kama, no, that's Megalodon, but how you have an insectoid like upper body and then the lower body is more reptilian.
The Megalodon?
And the Megalodon, the legs are furry.
That is true.
I did notice that. That was a little weird.
Yeah, the weird hairy legs. Yeah, I did.
I think this may sound stupid, but I think the mixing of animal stuff I think that's intentional design.
I mean, it would have to be. Why would they do it otherwise?
It's like I didn't catch it at first with the bots. I'm like, I look close. I'm like, wait a minute, those don't match. And then I look into them. Oh my god, that's intentional.
It's just for lol random.
This just draws closer to my theory that the final form is going to be O's because that's combining everything together.
Oh my god, those were some hairy ass shark legs.
Yeah, like that's not how sharks work.
If we get to 1,500 subscribers, I'll wax my hairy shark legs.
Aw. You get the Brazilian.
Wow.
No, it's funny that, back to the contract real quick. I love how he gets the alert from Phoenix, and he clearly has the Gundy phone toy in his hand.
Yeah. The Gundaphone, as it's called, which is kind of a dumb name.
Gundy phone 50! Or just something like that.
And I love how Revice steals it later on.
Like, he literally has, like, hey, cool toy, can I borrow it? Thanks.
Yoink.
Yeah, Vice takes it, yeah.
Speaking of toys, so, sorry to take the bit for a second, so they leave to go, to stop the Kamakiri, and he's on his motorcycle. What does Iki take? A bike that gets stamped and is now possessed by Vice.
He becomes the Rotom bike.
Okay, like, my first thought was this is going to be stupid, but the fucking shot where he skids along the pavement as he's turning, I genuinely laughed out loud at that. That was great.
It looked something out of an anime.
Dino Demon Bike!
This is joining Kamen Rider Beast for having the greatest bike in the show.
And it's even funnier that, so there's potential in what Vice could possess if you stamp anything.
Yeah, does this mean we're going to see him possessing all kinds of wacky objects over the course of the show?
Have Rotom
Vice has become Rotom.
Yeah.
Iki accidentally steps it on a table. Oh no! I'm a table now!
New Vice table, Premium Bandai.
You stamped me onto a pickle. I'm Pickle Vice.
No!
No, I got it.
Thing
no, I got it. For one of the figure arts. Bicycle.
The bicycle.
The bicycle.
Premium Bandai SH figure arts bicycle.
They'll fucking do it. They'll fucking do it.
Jerry, get out. Go home.
I really like the bicycle. That's a good.
No, you know what they should do? They should put out stickers of that face that was on the bike so that you can put Vice into anything you want.
Wait.
Yeah,
no,
like
the
face. The face.
I know what really happened. He was playing Shakuriki Sports.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Iki Sports.
Wow.
Iki Sports.
I've rubbed off way too hard.
That's Vice.
Yeah. So the Kamakiri attack happens. Iki literally skips the contract and runs out with the driver. And the weirdest part is how they drive off a ramp or something to land in the middle of the golf arena, and they just daintily land. They don't crash onto the ground.
He hits the Kamakiri Deadman with the rear tire as he's skidding past it.
That's some fucking
he tags him.
Just rips ass.
Make it sound like he farts.
Rip Astley.
Anyway,
No.
I meant more like he was tearing and ripping through the street and then through the monster. So yeah, anyway, they hench in and Vice gives them the old no.
The JoJo jokes were that's just jokes, and he literally auras, uppercuts, and literally says 100 fist style.
Akuma
100 fist Rex style.
Yeah. Akuma 100
Omae wa mou shinderu.
Nani?
Omae wa mou shinderu. And I did mention this last week. I do really like the little touch of how Vice's forms are legit, homemade, almost cosplayer-ish.
Yeah. It's literally just him wearing homemade shit.
Combination, they even had Vice comment, why do I have to be here? Where his face is...
Also, there was a drone catch, watching the fight. What if that's George getting data to make his own belt?
Absolutely. That sounds right. He's collecting combat data.
Also, Vice had a big old case of phrasing. Let me give you all my love.
Oh, yeah. He was all like, oh, I love you. You saved me.
Just literally phrasing Vice.
Yep. But yeah, no, I would love it, actually, if the Revice driver was literally just a prototype for the purpose of gathering combat data so that George could be his own rider. That seems absolutely in character.
Sengoku the Genesis driver.
Exactly! See, they can rip off more than 3 shows.
And given the fact that like, we have riders in tubes, I want to know when is Phoenix... Double. When is Phoenix also going to turn out to be the other villain faction?
Fucking probably.
I mean, I think Karuda is going to be shady.
Is it going to be like Pokemon Sun and Moon?
Think about almost every other time in Rider there's been like a named company. How many times did they turn out to be evil? Like 9 out of 10 times.
I think the only...
Sick of that.
Smart Brain, Gencorp President.
The only time they didn't turn out to be evil was in O's, and even that's kind of iffy.
I was gonna say, the only one I can think of that wasn't was Kogami.
Yeah, he was eccentric, but not evil.
Yeah.
And it's not even a rider thing. It's also an Ultraman thing. Need to remind you of Aizen Makoto des.
But he's Ultraman or Noir Black Schwartz.
I haven't watched that show, but I will say that what I've seen of him, he does seem like a charismatic fellow.
Yeah, when I found out he was a villain, I was like, God damn it, he's such a nice dude, but it's all a lie. Anyway, let's talk about this show.
So the family visits. So the family visits his mom, and they fucking. Oh yeah, that's too far ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
I love that Vice just like hucked fucking Revi into the monster.
He literally spit until he's purposefully dizzy in order to attack Daiji.
He also seems to really want to eat people, specifically Iki's family.
Yeah.
And then he goes after.
Hold on. I have a thought. So both times we've seen him attack people, it has been Iki's immediate family members. Vice is Iki's inner demon. What if this means Iki secretly resents his family and wants them gone?
That's a good point.
Well, because think of it like that. He only mentions, you should work for Phoenix. I got the bathhouse. He felt kind of forced.
You're holding me back!
Like he doesn't. Honestly, calling it now. Watch that be the reason, and then he's going to end the show. He's going to go back to playing soccer.
Yeah, they haven't talked about why he didn't do soccer, but it was probably, I have to take care of the bathhouse.
He felt responsibility, yeah.
Wait a minute. I think that could be maybe a wizard reference, because remember, Haruto plays soccer, they fell into despair.
It's an anniversary show. Let's reference as much shit as possible.
What if he's secretly in despair because he can't play soccer anymore?
Yeah.
What if he had a crush on Haruto and then Haruto left, so he stopped?
The only thing I like about Haruto was Water Dragon style.
Let us ponder the question. What if? So yeah, to stop Vice from eating his brother, Daiji tosses Revi the Eagle Stamp.
Genome.
And we get to see Eagle Genome.
Eagle Stamp. And that monster was in Double Troubaroo.
Wow.
I'm not sorry.
They do their little eagle fusion.
Okay. I need to get this out of my system right now.
The remix.
I freaking hate the remix forms.
Oh, don't get me started.
And here's the worst
fucking travesty.
I apologize in advance. T-Rex involved eating ass. Megalodon is 69ing. Vice's head is the pecker of the eagle.
Oh, it gets worse. Wait till you see the fucking mammoth one. It's literally one giving the other a blowjob.
Oh, I saw mammoth.
There are only so many ways they can have two characters pressed together and have it not look in any way dirty, but... And
they decided to discard all of those... They decided to discard all of those innocent ways immediately and go right for the junk.
Yeah, that's what
exactly, the Kamen Sutra.
No, the fact that, and to think, it was done by accident.
Bullshit. Well, in universe. But
they were fumbling.
Yeah, the first time remix happens, it's Vice fucking around with the belt while they're tussling with each other, and they accidentally do the exact sequence of events required to trigger it. It's a little bullshit.
In the right order.
And the fact that when they become it, Iki easily flies away and is like, "Why aren't you coming with me?" I don't know why. I'm just kidding. And the police needs to fly up there himself.
Why didn't you hold on?
Like they actually have to hold on to complete the animal.
Yeah, they're not fused at all. They literally have to hold on to each other.
I would have thought they'd be like stuck in that form, but I guess not.
But now we know that the remixes are purely finishers, essentially.
Let's think about this. So if they actually have to control their bodies as humans to maintain the form, as we saw with Eagle, where they have to actually hold on to each other to stay as the Eagle, this means that when they are in Rex Remix, when the Rex is opening and closing its jaw, that's literally Ikki waggling his hands up and down.
He's literally going, roar, I'm a dinosaur.
And that means Vice has to actually shove his face into Ikki's ass.
He has to actually eat ass.
He actually said, why am I here?
Yep.
He's gotta eek ass.
Well, there's the thumbnail.
Speaking of that part, so that part where he's like, eats the ass, Commenter Impact, shout out to you, buddy, said the funniest thing. He literally said, canonically eating that ass like groceries.
Oh, God. Kamen Rider has been forever tainted with actual taint.
No. Yes, Vice became a taint.
Why are you ruining my franchise, Toei?
That's for you, Impact.
Do you want us to die, Toei? Do you want our franchise to die?
A little bit. At least I think so. But you did mention the hospital scene.
Yeah, so they all...
before then, Vice goes off to, quote-unquote, maybe eat the golfer, and then Ikki transforms to suck him back into him.
Yeah.
No, the fact that he basically said, oh, basically, he basically told him, hey, why don't you sell your soul to the devil?
Well, I mean, that's later on, but all right.
Well, he says it then, but they reveal it later.
But no, it's...
Yeah.
Back at the hospital.
They visit the mom, and the dad gives her a fucking King Ghidorah origami.
I do like their banter. It's like, oh, how much you make me? You make me 8,000? No, just one. I made a special.
It's a really good one. Is that just gonna be the bit?
Origami.
Is that just gonna be the bit because he's a YouTuber? He tries to do all sorts of really stupid challenges, but just sucks ass at everyone.
Honestly, I see. I do know what you mean. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this. How many did you do this? But at least he's trying. Doing like honestly, watch him do more of this kind of stuff. But oh, you did this how many times? But I did this, but it was like a really special one.
No, but like, sure, for this one maybe, but like the first one, it's like, oh, I went to do like a bunch of 1,000 jump ropes. How many did you do? 2? All right, well then you didn't fucking try.
He tried his best, but he got tired.
Even Sakura's like, really?
If he does the 2, then he can just like superimpose his head, doing
just
those 2 over and over again. Yeah,
he just edits it.
Loop that bitch for 10 hours.
No. Please don't.
Jump roping ASMR to help you sleep.
Oh God.
To help you clean your bathhouse.
Yep.
Jump roping ASMR to clean your bathhouse.
ASMR to clean your bathhouse. Yeah.
Wow.
ASMR Revice.
Another thing that happened during the visiting the mom scene. During the visiting the mom scene, they did the thing where Vice says an annoying thing, and then Ikki yells at him, but no one else sees Vice, so they all think Ikki's fucking crazy.
He's like, "Oh, I'm just kidding, Dad."
So
let me just say, I really, really hate that trope too.
Any kind of thing where it's like
the fact that you don't like Vice.
When it's misunderstanding,
yeah. That actually reminds.
Go ahead.
Sorry, slight tangent. Speaking of hating tropes, I actually got a mention on a podcast that I listened to. I've been listening to the Aaron is the Funny One, which is a podcast by Jax Films, a YouTuber. During one of their episodes, they asked people to call in and tell them about things that make you unreasonably angry. And I told them about how I hate it in TV shows when entire episodes and filler arcs are contrived around misunderstandings between characters, which I channeled from my hatred of the Toma has betrayed the sword of Logos arc. And
which is fair.
I basically yelled at them in their voicemail for 5 minutes, and they liked it so much they mentioned it on their next episode.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah,
good for you, Itchy.
Thank you.
First Ross, now Jack's Films.
I will become famous vicariously.
But no, like, but the hospital, I do appreciate like the family dynamic and the fact that I appreciate that they dropped the trope of, oh, he has to hide a secret. No, like his entire family knows.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about the opening. There's just that one line that says, "No one can ever know," and I'm like, "Bitch, everyone knows."
Yeah.
Literally everyone. They saw you do it.
Wait.
Well, except for that, he was at that black house.
Like, I want to go back to the thing really quickly. What if, like what you guys have said before, like Iki, what if he secretly does resent his family? What if like Vice isn't like a real demon, but just a figment of his imagination, and he's using that as an excuse to himself to yell at his family?
I mean, no, Vice henshins and becomes real.
I don't know about that.
Vice is a literal inner demon, but like I think he does represent something of that.
I was gonna say they really playing up the demon in each person. I think they wouldn't pull that.
I mean, like if like
because it already is that. It's just a physical manifestation.
Yeah, but like since he's the only one who can actually talk to his inner demon, I mean,
that's like, because he managed to form a successful contract with him when he used the stamp the first time.
Well, no, he talked to his inner demon before the contract.
So okay, you know what? You're right about that. There's got to be some reason why Iki and Vice were talking before any of the stamp stuff happened, and I think they'll get into that eventually.
Maybe it's. But maybe just like the demon's inner strength.
If he does resent his family, what if that resentment slowly like filled Vice as he like had to bury it down?
That could be a thing.
So like, and that's like Vice is literally part of him.
The more forced it down, the more Vice became stronger.
Exactly.
Well, remember, we're only 2 episodes in. I feel like we'll learn Vice's issue later on.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, but half the point of this show is for us to theory craft, and I think these are all pretty sound ideas.
I'm still playing with the idea that he is a walking wizard reference because that's his despair personified.
His phantom.
Like I mean, and as you said, each demon could be, like I said, each demon is different, clearly by the Deadman.
Yeah.
If anything, that's just how Iki sees his personal demon.
Maybe, because
another man.
Let's remember how Megalodon had like all their legs look completely disjointed from their upper half. The upper half is shaped by the stamp they used, so maybe the bottom half is like whatever their demon form used to be previously.
But I mean, honestly, here's a little theory or a little guess or speculation. That's the word. What if in the show? Vice will say, I'm going to stick with you and your family, kid. I'm part of the family now.
I like Vegas's idea. Maybe his resentment is the thing that no one can ever know.
Yeah, it's his secret. He doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Who thinks they're going to give Vice a human form at the end of the show?
Oh, God, no.
Vice is going to be dead by the end of the show.
No, don't have him get erased.
If not dead, at least a humanoid form. So at least the family could see him.
I feel like he will like fade away or have to, but then he might come back at the last second and be like, "No, I'm actually still alive."
I mean, let's remember that at the end of O's, Ankh was dead and didn't come back. What I think could happen is because he is an inner demon formed by some sort of trauma. By the end of the show, the trauma will be resolved, and then Vice will not need to exist anymore.
I
mean, for all we know, just. He can still use, and because as far as I know, they do transform together technically. I mean, it could just be a case of he just revive. He actually I got it. End of the show, he does become Revice.
That's what I was saying earlier. I think a form that involves them two fusing into one is absolutely going to happen at some point.
I would be fine. I think we could get an arc like Zio did with what he got Zio 2, where like Vice does quote unquote die, quote unquote, but more like Iki accepts Vice as a part of him, and that like Vice's actions like aren't a reflection of his own.
Something like that, maybe.
And so Vice would still be around for the different forms and whatnot, but Iki would like absorb him and like acknowledge Vice as a part of himself and not just a demon.
Yeah.
So anyways, the Megalodon dead man starts fucking up shit. And Iki decides...
Not Megalodon. Oh yeah, Megalodon. Megalodon comes after that.
And then Iki decides, oh well, if Vice is going to be a little shitbag and try and eat my family, then how about this? I'll just keep fighting unhenshined until I die, unless you learn to fucking behave.
Yeah.
Like he tells him, like, look at me, like, say it to my face.
If
you will help me protect people.
Yep, or you're coming down with me.
That's a pretty ballsy move, I gotta say.
I'm losing my grip on the driver.
Even in the Saber special, he does not take Vice's shit.
Yeah. And
they even said that, he even joked about, oh, you're such an obedient little demon. Like, even Vice knows he's whipped.
Yeah. I mean, at some points it seems like he does have some genuine respect for Iki and something that might develop into a genuine friendship later.
Well, when he was seeing Iki get beaten up a lot, he seemed genuinely concerned and upset.
Well, because he was concerned for himself.
Yeah, part of that is if you die, I die.
No, but even just for a few moments, I think he was genuinely worried about Iki, not himself.
It could be both.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like it's like Momotaro's. He's gonna brush it off, be like, no, I don't really care about this kid, to damn it, I care about this family.
Damn it.
You infected me with the feels!
You made me a member of your family, damn it.
Now I have inner demons!
I don't want a cat, Dad and the cat.
If, like, I don't know. I would like to actually see an episode if they do get a combined form early on. I would love to see an episode where Iki, like everyone thinks Iki's personality died and Vice is fully in control.
Oh shit!
That's what I'm saying. That if not the mid berserker form, final form.
That could be interesting.
Deno climax.
Vice then has to be the hero and find a way to bring Iki's consciousness back, or what if Iki's consciousness get trapped in a stamp that he can't the dead men steal.
I think that's leaning a little too far out of Toku and into JRPG story territory.
That was Saber.
Right?
I just thought of something. What if they actually give Vice his own Revice driver, and he becomes his own rider? Not Vice. His own.
I wouldn't call that likely, but it's possible.
I mean, his belt does look like it has clips to put something onto.
I was thinking either like I said, for mid form or maybe final form, they both get a Revice driver, and maybe they get a stand that splits into two. Hey, Vice, here's your half.
Well, then how would one kid play with that toy?
Mighty Brothers method?
Yeah, I guess.
But the Mighty Brothers was still one single shot. If it was something that one stamp that split into two, then you still only have space for one thing, unless unless they made an attachment for the because the stamp fit can come off, unless they made a double attachment that you can put two stamps on and plug it in.
Unless they say, screw it, here's a new belt.
Well, last time they did that was Ghost.
I see you're getting that though. That's what I'm talking about. This is a new all these ideas are popping in my head, and I just need to get them out there.
Yeah, no, I get it.
These are all interesting ideas.
Thinking, it's just the idea that instead of it's our first legit two main lead writers. The ideas for forms were endless, especially later down the line.
The possibilities are fairly limited, but they allow for a lot of interesting ideas and mechanics.
Pretty much.
I'm just ready to see a form that's not bubblegum and sky blue.
Because like I said, I feel like Vice will eventually grow out of like the cosplay stuff we were seeing and get his own genuine like writer form.
Like I know.
I don't know.
I know. I understand. I believe that Vice is purple, blue, and pink. But in every image I see of him, that looks orange and green.
It's like that dress.
No,
I was thinking it. I didn't want to say it. I'm just. Please, just give me some forms that are not pink and turquoise.
Oh
please.
yeah, the Decker with the freaking Vice POV shot.
Yeah, it was kind of fun watching Vice just after he steals the Gundaphone, just runs around going pew pew lasers.
Walks up to Daiji. Hey, cool toy. Can I have it? Thanks.
Now on Premium Bandai.
Mom said it's my turn to borrow the phone gun.
You got games on your phone?
Mom said it's my turn with the driver.
You got bullets in your gun in your phone?
You got rounds in your Gundy phone?
You got Angry Birds on there?
I mean, Itchy Angry Birds was earlier.
Yeah. So anyway, they do Rex remix, and then the dinosaur does a goddamn rider kick.
And it's funny. And Blade, I think, did you catch the animation? Look very similar to Gabutira.
Yeah.
I just can't get it out of my head that he's just waving his hands up and down to go rah rah rah.
Just.
Yes, I know the remixes are finishers, but they have other finishers. We saw them in episode 1.
It was pretty cool.
I can't wait for the remixes to not happen ever again.
Correct.
Like, I know this is being a dead horse, but I wish most of his forms looked better.
It also really bugged me how, like, after they land the kick, you see the whole 3, 2, 1, and they're like out of the remix, and then it just cuts back to them being back in it.
That might be the thing they only do for Rex because they didn't do it with Eagle.
I think that just like Vice being his Deadpool, quote unquote Deadpool knockoff, and yeah.
Oh, selfie.
Yeah, I wish like Revice had just like been like, all right, you were good this time. I'll play along, and did like the peace sign for a selfie.
Yeah.
Just like the suits look fine. Like the pink and blue, that's fine for Revice, but I just wish the color schemes of the other forms fit the rider.
Yeah.
That's like my only nitpick.
We've seen people edit the actual colors onto the rider reference suits, and they look amazing. Some of them are hard to tell apart from the actual rider, especially like Deno.
Exactly, and I'm okay with that. But just like, and I get it. I get why they don't do it, but come on.
It's not that I'm opposed to pink riders. I mean, Exade was good.
Neither am I, but
I just think this specific combination of colors is just not appealing.
It's the 50th anniversary, and I just missed when forms had looked very distinct and unique from each other.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, I get it.
Like, for something like 01, that worked because, like, the whole idea was that it was supposed to be modular and everything.
That fit the theme.
Yeah.
And just, again, like you have a writer otaku making essentially everything, and they look more like just add-ons to Revice, not special forms representing this writer.
Yeah. Well, at least we can take some solace in the fact that his final form will look exactly the same.
I don't know. I admit I kind of
don't remind me.
Them all having a similar color scheme, but that's just me.
Oh, and Reiwa Traditions, a Berserker mid-form, and hey, here's the first suit, but more shinier.
So wait, actually, I just had a thought. I think for the final form suit, I think either, like, especially if Vice does, like, become human or whatever, I think that, like, Revice is going to stay the same, but Vice is going to get a Revice color scheme with, like, replacing the black with blue.
They're going to fuse together and become Kamen Rider Revice.
No, I mean, like, for, like, the last episode form.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe, like the rabbit dragon.
Good idea.
But, like,
it'd probably like, nah, I don't know.
But at the same time, I also feel like a dark Revice, like, or dark Revice and dark Vice would just be swapping the color scheme, like getting Revice and Vice and swapping their color scheme so that Vice had.
Yeah, Impact posted an image of a fan art, and that's kind of what I expected it to kind of be the design of.
Just that's kind of badass.
Fused into one. Plus, it works for the logo with the face.
That's actually pretty fucking cool. I like that.
That's giving me the idea of like having fused here to be the final form.
And yeah, Impact is right. Black undersuits make any suit look good.
Yes, it does.
As someone who has designed many superhero suits with black undersuits, like the Castrangers.
And Multi for making me in pixel form.
And me.
So anyway, next week's episode...
He made all of us!
So anyways, next week's episode is about Iki's childhood friend, just like Double. We get to see Mammoth Genome, and some dude has a real-ass gun.
He is packing heat.
Just an actual gun, yeah.
Just like Jin in 01.
Calling now, he's probably the one who's going to have the vice stamp.
Hey, he's got a gun.
He's probably the one who's going to have the gun.
Yeah. Who keeps giving these children show characters guns?
No, I got it. It won't be the guy. It'll be his friend.
He's probably the one who'll have the gun.
Oh, yeah.
He'll have the gun.
Yeah, the guy who has the gun.
Look at...
there's a stamp screen.
Yep.
But, like, if you look at Mammoth Genome, you can clearly see that Vice's belt clearly has, like, points where something looks like it could be attached onto it.
So it's just the new Buckle.
Basically.
Also the fact that Vice's Deno face looks like a freaking Another Rider.
Yeah, it's genuinely fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And then Revi just looks like Candy Deno.
The eyes look like Strike form of New Deno.
Yeah, kind of.
I still wish that the stamp, like Vice's stamp, was on the right side of his chest, so that they could actually like chest bump and to get the stamp on Vice's thing.
Oh, like the emblem on the chest.
Yeah.
To fit the side their symbols on.
Yeah.
No, I get what you mean.
Thanks, Dad.
All right.
Although
I love responding to anything with "thanks, Dad" to people that I know because they respond one of two ways: they laugh or they just go, "All right."
You're welcome, son.
Although it's kind of funny how, kind of looking back on it, it's funny how heavy they were in promos about having, here's Megalodon Genome, and we're not getting it yet.
Yeah, what?
I mean, to be fair, they did that with like 01 with Flying Falcon, but
they always do that.
That was 2 episodes. That was a 2-episode gap.
Fair.
It'll happen soon. We know it will.
It's just like Rex. Then what's his next one? Oh, his next has to be Megalodon. Eagle. Okay, he'll get Megalodon next. Mammoth.
The toy they release first is never the form we see first.
Which is ridiculous because technically Megalodon came up before everything else.
Oh yeah.
Well, we don't know.
There was the sneak peek toy.
His cameo in Saber, we don't know how far into his own story he was, because clearly he was at least a few episodes in before he shows up in Saber.
Fair point.
Wait a minute. I just looked at the stamp screen. That's only enough room for 20 stamps.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Which riders are gonna get gypped, and why?
Okay, never mind. They didn't put bots in there, so probably won't for all the Heisei riders.
Yeah.
There's not enough for all the Heisei riders.
Oh, I'm gonna count this out. Ricky Five.
But not Heisei. But like
double O's.
Okay, fair point. Fair point.
They're missing 01 and Saber.
Well, 01's rumored to be Giraffe.
Wait, actually, no, because then even they're still missing one rider because Revi is there.
Hold on,
Revice is there. So even if they're just doing all the Heisei riders, they're missing.
Okay, hold on. Let me just count this out. So, Kuga, Agato, Ryuki, Fives, Blade, Hibiki, Kabuto, Deno, Kiva, Decade, Double. So there's one somewhere in there between Double and Revi. Then, if that's Double, then O's, Forze, Wizard, Gaim, Drive, Ghost, Exade, Build, Zeo. So there's no 01 or Saber, but there's one extra in the first batch before Double.
But if you look at like that the 0 or the thing on the left hand side, that has 2 spaces missing. So
oh yeah,
that
yeah. Oh
means,
shit!
Unless
I
they
forgot.
fill in those spaces as
so that, yeah, there's 19. Not counting Revice, there's only 19 other spots. Meaning, if they're doing the Heisei Riders, one is getting kicked out.
It might be Saber.
No. It's a Heisei because they only have an. If you count the blank spaces leading up to the end,
Reiwa riders. They're Reiwa, so.
Yeah, if you count the blank spaces leading up to the end, then you stop at, I think, build.
Yeah, you don't. There's not one for Zio, but there is one for Zio.
Which means,
I know, but like, yeah.
So this means one rider between Kuga and Zio is not getting a stamp that's on this screen.
That's very weird.
And
yeah, but the bottom stamp's a special occasion, though.
No, the Bata stamp is not part of this.
That's why I said it was a special occasion one.
Yeah.
So, my brain hurts.
That's interesting. Which one would they disclude?
I mean, unless for the gaps they add more stamp parts there later, but that's unlikely.
We also have the rumor though that like the 01 giraffe one. So that's 2 Heisei riders not getting.
Okay, so I just counted the spaces again. Now that I know that there's those gaps under the eagle stamp in the screenshot, it's one of the riders after double. Because if you count the spaces, Kuga, Agito, Ryuki, Fai's Blade, Hibiki, Kabuto, Deno, Kiva, Decade, then double is the eagle stamp, which means
it would be Decade, right?
I don't think there's any.
But we already know the Megalodon stamp is Decade.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any. I don't think the stamps are in any specific order, because if you're going in order from left to right, then the stamp that would be missing, it would be eagle O, like double O's, and Forze would be missing, but we already know we're getting a Forze stamp.
Yeah, so if these are in order, not counting Revice, that would mean that one of the riders between O's and Zio is not getting a stamp.
Oh, I've gone cross-eyed.
I was looking that video up.
I don't know.
Because remember, Geo is Brachiosaurus, Exade is Jackal.
All I had to do was invent time travel, then go back in time and kill Pegasus.
Okay.
God's paradox.
Just card game, boom! Everyone dead.
Just stamps, boom! Everyone dead.
Everyone dead, man. Alright, enough brain wrinkling. Let's get on to the Zenkaijers.
Someone say, if there's a Zenkaijer thing, say it, because Lane's not here to say it, and I'm not gonna.
Change Zenkai!
I already played the fucking bumper. You talked over it.
I'm sorry, play it again.
Ah! There. It might have been really quiet, but that's it.
Cue the roll call.
Today we begin the Zenkaijer World Tour.
That's literally what it is.
Tour. Yeah, it's Worlds Tour with plural worlds.
The Tourtopia.
That would just be a world. Yeah, the tour.
Someone wake me! I'm going back to the sleep dimension.
Sleeptopia?
Yeah.
Oh,
no! Wait, no!
Can I go there?
Can you quickly mention the little glitch you got in the opening?
Yeah, what the fuck was that? They were like dancing and then the same shot got like rewound and played again for like 10 seconds?
During the part where they're in colorful, there's a part where they're like Juran and Kaido were dancing and it just kept on glitching over and over again.
I thought that was going to mean something, but maybe it'll lead up to something with more glitches in other openings or something.
Maybe it's another part of the Jax Films ARG.
God damn it.
Blaze, you cracked the code.
He paid Toei.
Not enough protein.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to actually do that more, where they play with certain aspects of the opening. With I guess the arc we're in right now, essentially.
So anyway, Mom hopped in the gate, the portal to other worlds, but the mooks whacked the portal, which broke it, and now she's in who the fuck knows where Topia.
So she's lost somewhere. Gotta go to all the worlds.
She's in Lostopia.
Yeah, I don't know. So Ijirude sends Stacy to go get her, and the other Zenkaijers are also going to go look for her. But Gaon and Vroon are going to stay to guard Earth because they're way too annoying.
Yeah, Gaon and Vroon staying was not something I expected.
Despite Vroon's protest,
there's genuine reason for it. Gaon loves humans too much to leave them alone, and Vroon would be way too annoying.
Yeah, like Gaon said, we're going to go on curiosity overload and be a huge pain.
What do you mean? Tell me what you mean exactly. Explain it in a three paragraph essay.
Oh yeah, and then of course, although it does make sense that it would take Majin because her magical powers and Duran's a bro.
No, I just so they start exploring all the Topias so far, and I just love that. How are we gonna find her? Majine, could you new my mom real quick?
Oh no! For each world they go to, I'm Mr. Sue.
Yeah, they just have the same guy as the envoy of every world.
And I could be wrong. I swear the actor who plays Mr. Sue was in 01 as Vulcan's dad, but they must really love this actor.
But just the idea that it doesn't seem like every world has the same parallel people. Just every world has this guy for some reason.
Yeah, he's like the singularity point.
I noticed that every time they went to a world, Flint and Zox would pick up food from that world.
Because they're pirates.
I do like how, yes, there are minor touches, but I like how for each world they've been to, appropriately all the ones that they saved, that just you see how peaceful that world is because they're free.
Yep, and then that's ultimately what
that made kind of genuinely happy. Like, oh, you're looking for your mom, but you're not too crazy. Why are you so happy? I'm happy these worlds are safe and at peace.
So anyway, the first world they go to, fucking Kashiwa Mochitopia, aka goddamn planet Namek.
And apparently, if your head is bald, you're considered a pervert.
Yeah, it's like that's the part of you that has to be covered. So he just flashed
only the head.
Yeah, so basically they flashed the equivalent of flashing everyone.
Really weird, but all right, that tracks. But yeah, they warp in and the sky's green, and I'm like, are we on planet Namek?
Of course.
From Dragon Ball Z.
How else they found the Dragon Balls? I mean, his mom.
Yeah. And then they go to Retrotopia, which is literally just England.
And he walks up, and Mr. Sue walks up as a soldier, holds a sword up to Duran's neck, and said, "What technology are you? I don't recognize it."
You fucking robots!
Proceeds to swipe a sword at all of them.
All right, no more goddamn fortune telling.
Like even Zox grabs their crystal ball and is like, "Enough of this. Let's just be random."
I just wanted so hard for him to just shatter it.
One of them even said, "Please hold that with two hands."
Just give him the old Leon Kawada special. That's a Danganronpa joke.
I started watching Danganronpa.
Cool.
It's crazy, but I like it.
Yeah. I've been streaming the games. It's the most fascinating narrative I've ever experienced.
I really like it, but I don't know if I should.
Oh, okay. And I guess I'll mention this. Because not only is Stacy after the mother, he also sent all the Kudaks across the other worlds, too.
Yeah, I love that Stacy and the Mooks show up on Koritopia in fucking parkas.
Yep, they all have ice jackets.
And they walk up to him like, "Those look warm. We will buy them from you."
What up? I got a big jacket.
Just the fact that this couple actually walk up to him and actually would say they're going to pay them for warmth.
What was that, Emily?
It was just the thrift shop.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then they go to Kinokotopia, aka Mushroom Hill, and I'm looking for Robotnik.
That's what I wrote my notes.
In comes Mr. Sue. Be careful! Watch out! You're ruining my mushroom fields.
What do you mean your mushroom fields? The whole planet is mushroom fields.
And then he smacks the head mushroom, and just a puff of dust comes up.
Yeah. I will say their scheme with Flint and Majine was actually brilliant.
Like, as soon as you saw the awkward movements, I'm like, that's Majine.
Yo, no, yeah, absolutely.
The actress did a really good job of also being Majine.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that that act wasn't accidentally revealed. Like they actually waited until they were home.
Yeah, and not one person realized that Majinu wasn't also there.
Also, the fact that you have Kaito and Stay Caesar literally grabbing arms, moving over each other to try to kill each other, while Majin is standing there like, what is going on?
Like,
me.
I'm not used to boys fighting over me!
Oh, man, and otherwise, I like just hearing, like, just Kaito change. Or Heizoku, like, change the Zenkai, change the Tukai, Angok change. Just after another, I just didn't like that part.
Yep, we have all three of our unique protagonists transforming. Well, protagonists might be strong. Our three tagonists.
Wow, we got
The three
Rangers. We got 3 Rangers. Maybe they should make a show about those Rangers and not robots.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking about it recently, and I realized one of my biggest problems with the fact that they're all robots. It's the fact that there's no visual emoting on them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, balance, they had more of that, where his expression would sometimes change.
Yeah, like at least they like changed his eyes to look sad when he was sad.
They just have to rely on the voices to be the emotion.
Yeah.
Which you got
a pretty good job, I think.
Yeah, they got good voice actors for this show, so it works.
The voice actors are fine, and even the suit actors are doing an acceptable job, in my opinion. It's just like
there's more visible emoting.
Yeah. Also, I actually laughed after Flint was like, "Oh, the meat goes that way," and then the villains just fucking panic and pull out their cell phones. Beep, boop, bop, bop, boop. Everyone get the fuck over here!
They do the sound effects. Maybe
both Kudak and E.G. Rude both literally say beep, bop, boop, boop.
I guess
they actually say it to call.
Yeah, I guess that maybe it's voice activated, but like, wow.
No, that's just the sound of them pushing the buttons.
Stacy has the same phone. He didn't do that. So they're not voice activated.
That would have been out of character for him to say it, I think.
God, I just want to see Stacy just go beep, bop, boop, boop.
He'll just like do it with like no energy. He's like beep, bop, bop, boop.
Beep, bop, boop, beep.
No,
Stacy
you play that song that goes beep, boop, bop, beep, beep, boop, boop.
No, man, it's beep, boo, boo, bop, boo, boo, bop.
Beep, boop, bop, skibbity bop.
Skibbity bop, boop, da da.
They're scat phones.
Scat man.
I'm the Stacy.
Yeah. I also like when the Kudaks are like trying to climb up the cliff to where the Zenkaigers are, just to get bonked on the fucking head.
Hands. Just
bop, like,
bop, bop, smack, smack, smack.
Get bonked.
And then they start climbing up fully, and like, and the fun's over.
Yeah. So anyway, they get away with quote unquote my mom, and then they find Stacy fucking sends Black Ziragon after them through the goddamn gate.
Even they said that can happen.
Is this legal?
Can we do this?
So they get dropped back. They get dropped back to Koritopia, and then Zenkaijer fights Black Ziragon, and I think it might have actually exploded it because it looked like it was actually dead.
It looked like it did. Because they shot the mountain behind it, ice rock slide happened, and then they did a finisher.
Can we have Black Vrumagine now?
Please let that happen. I want this.
Right. But yeah, so Mom's still out there, but now the other worlds are safe because the Toji Tendo think that they saved his mom already.
Yeah,
exactly. Which also means they have an excuse on why they have to come back to their world.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get to see them.
I'm gonna be honest. I wish this idea lasted a little bit longer.
Well, it seems like it will.
They do still have to go to other worlds. And God knows they've got plenty to choose from.
Well, I think it's because like they just. I wish it would have been like here's like 1 or 2 worlds an episode. But I get it.
Sort of like what they did in Kyuranger.
Like have us really see these worlds and how they're so different from ours.
I still think we got plenty of time for that.
Fair.
Plenty more worlds to go through.
We're only halfway.
Aren't you excited to see High Noon World?
I know.
Oh no!
I probably
Oh,
would.
wait, that means they're going to go to the Orihime world.
Oh God. Or sorry, I keep saying world. That's the monsters. It would be High Noon Topia,
Oh, yeah.
Orihime
Oh
Topia,
god, the romance one. That's going to be a fun episode.
Recycle Topia.
Everyone's recycling.
Boxingtopia.
Oh God.
I wait for the SD-topia.
Yeah. All right, well, that's the episode. Next week, we're getting Manga World and manga adaptation of the Zenkaijers.
I'm excited for next episode.
Is that a world where everyone is a manga artist, or is that a world where everything is a manga?
Probably the latter.
Maybe that's where the 0-1 manga is taking place in. Like that, like the manga from 0-1 about the dog man.
No, it has Ryuga. The Ryuga manga.
The Ryuga. That was awful.
Hey.
Anyway, because I'm lazy, the bumper for the future topic is both songs at once.
Wait, can I? Things.
Huh?
Do you want Ryuso Cool or Kirame King?
Both.
Oh.
Kirame Cool.
Kirame Cool!
Kirame Kebo!
So, the Kiramager Ryusoulger movie. I was not expecting it to be an hour long.
That's good. Oh, yeah. I somehow enjoy the Ryusoulgers in this.
A little bit. They kind of didn't do that much.
Let me rephrase that. I was surprised that I enjoyed, well, besides Ko, Anasuna, and Bamba, I didn't mind Toa and Melt in this. I
legitimately forgot Ko's, Asuna, and Toa's names. I had to look them up.
Ko was great! I thought so anyway.
I really loved the movie until I was reminded of the fact that Melt is in a kind of sort of yes, maybe no pedophilic relationship with Oto.
Oh yeah.
I felt bad for Tommy Toma because he was stuck with him.
Yeah.
They had good chemistry together, but why were they the only two to recognize this is a weird situation we're in?
No, here's the weird thing. Tomatomo, I like him. Melto, why are you stuck with him again?
Yeah. It's because they're both the second rangers.
Like, the matchup, I actually like the matchups, but I just felt bad for Tomatomos.
It's more like it's partially they're both the second rangers, but also they're just the last matchups because the other matchups made more sense.
Ko and Jewel, they're the leaders. Asuna and Sayo, they're the pinks.
Senna and Toa, the greens.
They're and the speedy ones.
Yeah, and then Shigeru and Bamba, the swordies.
The swordy boys.
Yeah.
And Tomitomo and Melto, a strategist and the quote-unquote smart one.
The strategist and the strategist.
The strategist and the anchor.
And then strategist in quotation marks.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You just have to strategize to stay away from the police.
There's the truth and the truth.
There's the truth and Melt.
So yeah, this movie is about an evil movie.
Just in time for the not movies.
Wow.
They got in a movie just in time for the movie.
Hey, let's go see this free movie. Oh no, now we're in the movie and it's evil.
We can't go to the movie. We gotta go to the lobby first to get some drinks.
Yeah, that's some
Let's all go to the lobby.
That's what I was referencing.
Yeah.
But
so
I didn't mind this setup. It was an interesting way to do. Hey, what's your way to get the Ryusoulgers and Kiramagers together?
Have them
movies.
Have most of them be already captured, and then Ko floats into the scene on a fucking raft.
As he does.
And I love that he does the same thing to Jewel that absolutely everybody does when they discover someone they're talking to is an artist. Hey, could you draw me?
Yeah.
For free?
Except this time, he was okay with it.
That's because Jewel is a precious cinnamon bun who can do no wrong.
Don't worry. Hey, at least Code didn't offer the hammer. Draw me or else.
Draw me or I erase your memory.
Hey, do you want your memory wiped? Bro, I got you, fam.
Yeah. It's like, I can draw you. Here you go. Damn, that was fast.
So fucking Takemichi comes running out, and he screams probably my favorite line in the whole movie. I passed out in the movie theater, and when I woke up, my sister was a movie star!
That sounds like the name of like a whole anime, like
like a light novel anime.
That's the next light novel.
Movie theater, and then when I woke up,
I passed out. I slept in a movie theater. Now my sister's a movie star.
My Emoto can't possibly be a movie star.
This is my favorite episodes of Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh,
my sister, the movie star.
Yeah. So Kanalo and Oto show up late, so they're not captured yet. And then as Yodana shows up,
Kanalo.
Oh my god, Kanalo tries to hit on Yodana.
Yodana, please kill him. Kill him now.
It's been said by funnier people than me, but I will say it for them. For a man who's lived in the sea his whole life, he is quite thirsty.
Yep.
And yet he is bone dry.
I just
love every woman he's ever talked to.
I just love that even Oto's like, I don't want this bitch as my big sister.
Is it sad that when I watch Kanalo, I wish Yodana would stab him?
No.
Kanalo, why are you in this movie?
I'd make a joke about wanting Yodana to step on Kanalo, but he probably wants that too.
Like, Kanalo is...
That's the sad part, you're right.
Kanalo's a bad character. He has an amazing theme, and it is a crime that they never released the instrumental of his theme.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I've heard it, actually.
That's... Oh, wait,
it was
not on any of the CDs?
No, the only version of his theme is the one with lyrics. You don't get the one like from his debut.
There's no instrumental?
No, there's no instrumental version.
That's weird. You think they would do that?
They did the same thing with Kiryu Green. Like, he doesn't have an instrumental version of his, but the other characters do.
I don't know if I've heard it. If someone knows where it is, post the link. I don't think I've heard it.
I think it's in general chat.
Canalo's theme?
Yeah.
It was
in the chats.
It was played throughout the movie.
Okay. I just don't think I've ever heard it like in full on its own.
Well, yeah, because it's always had lyrics whenever, like, on everything.
Yeah.
It's such a good instrumental theme, and it sucks that they never released it because it's like my favorite theme from anything ever. Golden Partner, yeah, that's the name.
So yeah, we get to see the Yodan studio.
And yet, a partner he can't have.
And the studio looks fucking rad. It looks like this little pocket dimension with all these movie sets. It almost looks like a map from a video game.
The movie did have a lot of amazing, great visuals.
Yeah, definitely.
So the movies that we get to see Senna as a cop chasing down Master Thief Toa.
He wishes he was a Lupin Ranger.
Yeah. We get to see Shigeru and Bamba as dueling samurai. We get to see Sayo versus Asuna in a movie of like girl boss punks fighting each other.
It's West Side Story, but with women.
Yeah. And
West Side Pinks.
And then Tametomo playing a game of blackjack with Melt as the dealer.
Okay, quick, I'm sorry for this quick little tangent, but
how much of a movie is it?
Yeah, so quick little sorry for this little tangent, but for there's a video of Bomba's actor with playing with the Revice driver.
Oh.
And when Revice got announced and it was dinosaur themed, someone asked me, I forgot who, but someone asked me, who would you want to see play Revice? I like Bomba's actor.
Nice.
So I technically got that through that video.
There you go. Yeah. So handling each of these movies is something I chose to describe as a director Minosaur.
Oh my god. Okay, I want to bring up something. I don't know if this is around the time they mentioned it, but I love how when the Ryusoulgers went into the movie theater.
I know exactly what you're about to say.
Who directed this movie? George Spielberg.
George Spielberg.
George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, and Tim
And
Burton
Tim
had a
Burton.
love child.
And then
Oh,
they
God,
fused
they
together.
Together!
And
Yeah.
thankfully, Shyamalan was not in sight.
Yeah,
It's a twist. He's not there.
George Spielberg.
it would be George Knight Spielberg.
George Knight.
Although it's kind of funny how I weirdly got Persona Q2 vibes because they also
Oh,
did things
yeah.
with movies.
No, I get it completely. I haven't played
you
it,
like
but I
Persona?
know what that game is about.
Yeah, movies.
Yeah. But, like, the fucking director Minosaurs were terrifying, because, like, if you look at them closely, it's a tiny little skeleton in a chair sitting on top of the main body, and then each of them
I'm
had
gonna
different
direct ya.
headpieces.
Like
I'm gonna direct you.
their heads alone would fit horror movies
Right?
about movies.
And then the last movie we see is Jewel and Co. as high schoolers in a teenage love movie where the female love interest is Mabushina!
I feel like I should remind everyone that Ko is supposed to be playing a teenager. His actor is in his late 20s, and the character is 125.
He's what now?
The actor's in his I think late 20s. I think late or early 20s.
What?
Or I don't know. By this point, it'd definitely be mid 20s at least, at the very least.
And I have to mention, when they gave them those high school uniforms, the outfit that Jewel was wearing, A, reminded me of Aruto, and B, that outfit that he wore and that Aruto wore, I know there's some other anime out there where a character is dressed like that with a red hoodie and a black jacket over it, and I still, years later, haven't figured out what it is!
Oh,
Kiramager Naito.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I got no idea who you're talking
Thinking's over. I can't think of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
No. Quickly back to the Ko and Juro movie. When I first watched, I joked about it's secretly a boys' love movie.
And then they thrust out Jewel as the replacement love interest.
And it really is.
I'm like, ooh, progressive.
Yeah, but
No, it's funny. I said the boys' love thing, and then when that happened, I'm like, I was kidding.
Before that happened, though, we find out how they got the Minosaur. They kidnapped Creon, whatever.
Creon.
Yeah, and literally, Yodana kicked him so hard. Yeah. Which
stomped on him.
We've made jokes about that being his, before, and Yodana is clearly a BDSM general thing. So that was terrifying.
Yeah, kinda.
He got abused similar to how Gachileus treated him.
It was upsetting for sure.
I am upset that we didn't get fucking Wizuru though. Yeah,
they mentioned that Crayon was only here. He only came back to Earth because he had a fight with Wizuru. We don't see Wizuru at all, or we've even learned what the fight was about.
I mean, at least they mentioned him.
They're gonna meet back up at the mall later to talk things out.
One last thing I wanted to mention. I did not know I wanted the ship of Mabushina and Crayon until now, but I am totally down for it.
They are weirdly adorable.
Crazy.
Yeah, they both younger, so I don't know, kids.
It's like a cute, innocent love.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like puppy love.
Exactly. I was trying to think of a way to say it that wouldn't make me sound like a pedophile.
Good luck.
Is it weird that if Crayon wasn't themed in Ryusoulger, he could have fit in well with Kiramager?
Yeah.
You want to talk?
Totally could have.
He could have been he could have become another one of the members of Jotunheim and became a good guy. What was I forgot his name.
Who?
Crantula.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Crunch.
He could have been another member of his race or a sub race, and oh hey, Crayon, why don't you come with me and we'll work with Kiramager?
They are both creative types.
Exactly.
That's true. They could do something cool together.
Yeah.
I was confused that Crayon could now make Minosaurs that are able to speak full sentences.
Just like Crantula.
I think it's because it was a Minosaur created from a Jomenchi, so rules are out the window.
That makes sense, but still,
is it? I find it funny. Ryusoulger and Kiramager, a year after another, both have a creative type that makes monsters that are only red and green colored.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Interesting.
I just noticed that myself. I'm like, wait a minute.
So yeah, they come up with a plan to get out of the movie by stealing the clapboard, and they achieve that by Jewel doing a fucking song and dance, which is the ending theme of the movie.
That made me laugh so
I
hard.
love that theme. I love that ending.
Pretty good.
It's great.
The song is really good. When they
Yes,
did
it
it in
is.
the movie, I fucking laughed my ass off.
I like how it mixes both the musical themes of both series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought it was one of the endings, but then I couldn't tell which, and then I realized, oh wait, it's a new song and it's both songs.
Like, honestly, I think someone posted a video of that ending, I think I was listening to it all day.
I want the ending to be Kiramager's. I want it to be Ryusoulger's. Girls, you're both right.
Here, best match, here's both.
You're both wrong.
You're both wrong and both right, which means I'm right.
Put it in the Kirame blender, and here you go.
Mix them all together, bake for 20 minutes, boom, Kirikibom.
Blend soul!
Well, I mean, what
Kirikibom!
You have pineapple. You have a pen.
Ryusoulger, I have Kiramager. Kirikibom.
Crossover!
Seven, you gave the best reference. Both is good.
I love that. I use that GIF all the fucking time.
The Pain and Panic, I love that part so much.
No, I'm talking about Road to El Dorado.
That too. I was thinking like again, that Pain and Panic, just like both. Both is good.
Yeah, Pain and Panic is if is good.
That.
Yeah.
I went there, but yes, El Dorado's also that's a good one.
So anyway, Movie Jamin gets frustrated and goes, "Fuck it, we'll do it live."
Yeah.
And then Oto, out of fucking nowhere, just runs in with all of their morphers and swords and Kanalo's gear, somehow carrying it all in her tiny hands.
Because, yes.
And then just fucking... And they all catch him.
Guys, I got your swords. I did lose a finger somewhere along the way. I will need help.
I mean, that's the only reason Oto was there. She was basically their caddy.
Wow, 2 caddies in a 1 week's episode discussion.
Caddy week.
Oto was just there for Kiki's delivery service.
Wow.
Caddy shank.
It is just caddy week.
Caddy shanked.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. Caddy shank.
That's what he said.
No, I said shanked, as in they were the one that got shanked.
I was confused.
You made my joke better.
I was confused when they did the roll call why the Ryusoulgers did theirs backwards.
Yeah, the order was a little weird. But whatever.
Anything's with Kanalo.
End with a good character.
Yeah. So yeah, we get the full 2-team henshin and roll call while they're fighting. Silver and Gold fight Garza. Jewel draws up the fucking Kirame soul for the Ryusoulgers to use. That was cool.
I love that armor.
Yeah, I was upset that this only took place in show. This took place only after episode 26. Because I wanted to see because they all had the Phoenix armor. I wanted to see Silver because didn't he get Phoenix armor at some point?
I believe Silver gets the armor in a stage show.
Okay, well, I know he gets it at some point because I've seen the suit, but like I would have loved to see him and Kanalo with their armors as well. They got
I don't
screwed.
know. I think I saw it here on Discord at some point, but I think there's an image of him with the armor on.
Yeah,
but
it's semantics, but you know what I mean.
The armor is basically, hey, what if take Noblesse and add some Kira McKean to it?
Yeah.
Take Noblesse and add some fucking sparkle.
Yeah.
Kira, motherfucker.
Take Noblesse and shine a flashlight on it.
Sparkle.
Make it nobler.
Shing, sparkle.
Noblesse.
Oh, yeah, the sound effect of the spatula.
Kira, bitches.
So I'll say the fucking combo attacks they did during this battle, I actually really, really liked.
Yeah. I watched this fight scene like 5 times.
Fucking twin green fast slash, shooting star billion, Incredible Purge. Some badass attacks.
Like they made their, I guess, contrasting gimmicks or ideas work well together.
This is one of the few first times in a while with like maybe even with Sentai where like I can think of two Sentais very clearly partnering up and working really well. You can get that a lot of the times with Riders where it's like when you think of like crossing over Riders, like the ones that come to mind for some reason are like Ghost and X-Aid, Double Build Forze, like. But this is like one of the first times with Sentai where I think of these. Right now, I can think of these two teams crossing over whenever I think of a Sentai crossover.
Yeah.
The only other time I can think of would be Kyoryuger, Tokyuger. Like when I actually just think of a crossover and that one pops into my head.
So I gotta say, I actually really enjoyed the fact that Movie Jamin genuinely cared about making a good movie, while Yodana's just use whatever we have and finish the fucking movie so we can do evil things.
The Jamenchi are some of my favorite villains. I did not finish Kiramager. I am going back to finish it now because of this.
You need to. Like, I find it funny that it's the arty types that are the more emotional members of the Jamenchi.
That makes sense.
Which makes sense because who makes them?
We artists are very emotional.
That is, I mean, look at Jewel.
Yeah,
he's meanwhile at the start of the movie he's going through this whole plot of like, oh, I'm entering a contest where if I win I can draw for a living, but if I'm doing it for money, then my heart's not in it.
Yeah, no, that was the first note I wrote down in my thing because that like I forgot how much I loved like the slow build up of friendship between Tametomo and Jewel, where like they kind of like Tametomo kind of resented him, but like by halfway through the show, like trusted him and believed it. And trusted him and believed him as a great leader. And this show's like, oh, hey, I came across this drawing thing. You could draw for a living if you win this. I wanted to make sure you knew about it. Yeah. And then whenever we're like, we should tell Jewel. Like, no, he's doing something important. Leave him the fuck alone.
Tome's being a bro.
I love him. This is why Tome is best character.
Kametomo is the greatest yellow.
Yes.
I think Kiramager is one of the better teams that feel like a actual like genuine friendship.
Yeah, like it's been a while in Sentai since we've actually seen these characters feel like friends genuine and not just partners or family.
We've said it plenty, but I think it's just fair to say Kiramager is just one of the best seasons of Sentai that exists.
Period.
I really love it. It makes me smile every time I think about it, and every time.
Like I'll listen to the opening. I'm like, I miss this show.
I still jam to the ending every time it comes on in my car.
So do I.
It makes me so sad that like they went from a great return to norm, like after experimenting for so long. Kiramager, a great return to norm. Like even like older classic Sentai ideals where the mechas don't even really all combine in the end. It's just different new mechas.
Plus, and then even like this. Like Ryusoulgers, we're from the same tribe, but they don't act like it. Kiramager, separate individuals with separate jobs, but they come together as a team and as friends.
Yeah, just
they bond together despite differences, despite how some of them are floating rocks.
Yeah,
like if you're gonna tell me,
wait, are we talking about Kiramager or Steven Universe?
Both.
Both.
I mean, heck. Like, you're going to tell me, what sounds more interesting? A bunch of ancient warriors or a team of an artist, a gamer, a runner, an actor, an alien prince,
The Breakfast
and a
Club.
nurse? What sounds more interesting to you?
It's The Breakfast Club.
But just like going from a return to norm like that, and then, hey, let's have Captain Rainbow and his robot friends.
It's not. You know what it is? You know what it is? It's not relatable. That's part of what it is.
Exactly. I don't have 4 talking robots that crash at my house.
I don't have an ancient tribe of fellow swordsmen behind me.
Yeah.
Like you guys said it best. If you don't like Zenkaijer, boom, Kiramager's the better anniversary season.
All right. Anyways, so they kill all the director Minosaurs, and then Movie Jamin is like complimenting the Reds as they're beating his ass. I kind of love that.
I'm dying, but you guys look cool.
This is going to be such a good climax scene. Ah!
No.
Cool, I love you.
But then
The
Yodana
camera
comes in
loves
and
you, and you're stabbing me.
so Yodana comes in and goes, finish the fucking movie with the footage we've got left. And I feel like this was commentary on the movie we're watching. So the movie Jamin absorbs the director Minosaurs and becomes giant.
Is that allowed?
Is that legal?
Yes.
I mean, that's what Minosaurs do.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a crossover. We can do what we want.
But
Ow! I stubbed my toe, giant monster.
I like it how then they got Kishirio 5 Nights back.
They didn't even actually summon their Zords. They gave them the fucking Dia crystals that the Kiramagers used to spawn clones of shit and went, just do it without thinking! And then they used the power of the crystals to summon clones of the Five Nights Megazord.
I mean,
Yeah,
Because
that kind of checks
well,
out.
it makes sense. Remember, the Keishiryu are sealed.
yeah.
Sure, that makes sense, but I know we were all expecting, oh, we need the Megazord power now, and then they just break out of the seal.
Would you rather have Kira make their mech with some Ryusoulger attachments?
I was expecting some sort of, like, unique power-up or combination or something. Like, almost every other Sentai crossover has one.
Went to the armor.
I would have liked... honestly, I kind of would have liked to see if, like, a continuation of the story where Carrot is able, like, has some kind of technology and is able to, like,
unseal the Zords.
Yeah.
That seems possible.
Yeah.
They're already an organization that specializes in techno magic.
Yeah.
Like,
well, when you have basically someone from another world helping you, of course it makes sense. You have that techno magic.
It just completely sapped all my investment in the scene when I see them summon crystal-powered clones of their Zords instead of the actual Zords.
Except my investment in the scene when I couldn't tell what was going on with all the funky camera angles.
Yeah, whoever the fuck was the action director for this shot, for this whole Megazord fight, really had a boner for the under the Grundle cam.
Either that, horny, or drunk.
Like, why did we need to see upskirts of all the Megazords?
What happened?
I don't know.
They really wanted to show off the suit actors' special bits.
What happened to just having a static camera that panned around every once in a while, and that was the fight scene?
The standard right Megazord versus left monster.
Although in my head, I just think, wait, God, the clones usually don't act the same as who they're based on. So I just imagine if just Five Nights just acted weirder than usual.
It's already a really clunky, jank-ass design.
But since the clones are usually a bit off from their basis, they would be a bit more like, oh, this is kind of weird.
Well, I mean, the Zords don't have their personalities when in Megazord mode.
Yeah.
Blaze, to be fair, only like, 3 mechs in Ryusoulger have personalities?
Yeah. I was going to say, there wasn't much to begin with.
Technically 5, because remember, Triken was a bit of a bitch that one time.
Triken was Triken, that's all we know.
Some of them talk.
I completely forgot that Tiramigo talked, and I also almost called him Gabutira.
Dude, when in previously in Japan, I kept saying Tiramigo instead of Gabutira.
I fucking bet.
And then I said Gabutira-migo.
I was gonna make that an episode.
Yo, they should do a Ryusoulger crossover, and then they fuse and we get Gabutira-migo.
I think those actors are busy, so I don't think it's gonna happen though.
I was gonna make Gabutira-migo the episode title, and then I forgot what I made it.
This is why you make notes.
I did make notes, but I forgot.
It's an honest mistake.
I'll change it right now.
It's our first episode.
I'll change it.
So yeah, there was one shot where Yodana was fighting Gold and Silver, and then she did an attack that made them explode, but they didn't even unhenshin, let alone not die.
Yeah, that was weird.
We had a chance to kill off Kanalo and we missed it.
Fuck.
Damn it. Kanalo exploded. Not in the way he wants, but he exploded.
So yeah, they defeat the monsters, whatever, and then Crayon decides to go home to Wizaru, who's got dinner ready.
Oh,
He didn't want Wizaru to Cryzaru anymore.
holy shit! It's my channel's birthday.
He was sick of.
Hey, happy birthday, Phoenix Nest.
Happy
Oh, sorry,
baby.
the Phoenix Nest.
Yeah, because regular Phoenix Nest
Is furries.
they make fursuits.
Oh,
So I had to be the Phoenix Nest to differentiate myself.
you should talk to them about affiliation.
Let's
Get it.
Guys,
not
I want to make a Power Rangers parody series. Can you guys make the suits that I blow up?
Get a fucking sponsorship.
Oh my god.
Let's not entertain caster fursuits.
The latest video performance, previously in Japan. It's about to get wild. First performance in the first 105 days and 11 hours. It's been a while since the first episode.
Yep.
Wow, we need to think of a schedule.
Yeah.
But, time zones, and some of us are going to be... We need to think of a schedule.
Time zone, school, work.
Scheduling things with friends
Okay,
is hard.
We need to meet here at this time.
It's like, I can't do that. Why? I'm not available at time.
It's like,
What
why
time?
can't you record?
Any time.
I was like, why can't you record? It's 5 a.m.
Yeah. At one point, someone just goes, movie production is hard.
Yes, it is. Some
Uh,
people don't realize that.
Yeah. Jewel draws a nice picture of everybody. And then Jewel and Co. have a nice conversation about what a great friend Ui is. I'll introduce you to her next time. Wow, that didn't age well.
I'm going to be honest. That was, honestly, knowing what happened to her, that was a little nice line.
Yeah.
At least they do keep her in high spirits. At least her character's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking
Oh,
made me
Ui is
cry.
Just the person who performed her who.
Sorry?
Like,
I mean, I would hope that Ui is actually okay.
Oh,
character-wise,
Ui's
she's
in,
fine, but
Ui's in America.
yeah.
Yeah.
for all we know, she's a famous YouTuber, but sadly, we can't physically see her.
For all we know, she knocked out Logan Paul in one punch.
Wow, Blaze.
I mean, someone should.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So anyway, they talk about all the things they're going to do together. The Greens are going to go to a festival. The Pinks are going to teach each other things for a cultural exchange. Hey, Bomba, want to be in my movie?
Would you like to be a
Play soldier.
Bomba, I wrote a screenplay. I want you to be in it.
And then my favorite, Melt developing a gambling problem.
Yeah.
Hey, Mel has a character now.
It's like, yeah,
Gambler
maybe I'll
and
be a dealer
pedophile.
again. Probability interests me.
He's going to be in that gambling anime now.
Gambler and a pedophile. Wow, you're just stacking up the bad traits, aren't you?
He does have blue hair.
Alright, that's a third bad trait. There we go.
He's a punk with the blue hair.
What's wrong with the blue hair?
Hey, I take slight offense to that, of having blue hair as a bad trait. Many of my OCs have blue
we
hair.
never
It's a
knew
joke,
if-
Ichi.
Alright,
We
fine.
never knew if it like why his hair is blue.
Yeah, we never
Well,
find
were,
out.
We got interrupted.
I thought
Yeah.
at first it was because he wasn't human, but that doesn't explain anything.
Well, none of them are human.
Yeah, exactly.
Plot twist, it's just hair dye.
No, he said it's natural.
So he says.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah.
And
Maybe it
then,
smells like-
Maybe it's Maybluine.
and then the most upsetting,
Meltoline.
and after that, the most upsetting part of the movie, Kanalo falling in love with Mabushina.
No,
Slap him, slap him, slap him, slap him, slap him.
Mabushina belongs to Creon and no one else.
Their love is cute and innocent. Kanala, you're
Yes.
just you.
Kanalo, you're gonna do things to her that involve things I will not speak of on
Kanala,
this
you'll
channel.
explode in the way you don't want again.
It's just like, Kanalo, Mabushina doesn't need you. She already has a penis on her head.
No.
Kanalo, go
Steal
drain.
the royal jewels.
Kanalo, go pull a fucking Mizu and drain your nugs into the sea.
Oh, Muzu.
Muzu,
Drain the
whatever.
nugs in me fuck.
For my amusement!
For my amusement!
You bitch!
Oh, Kanala. No, Kanala, here's an idea. Go jump in a swimming pool, but don't fill it up.
Ow.
Oh.
I do like Kanala if you couldn't tell.
Yeah. No, that's fair. And then we get the ending dance in a hotel room they rented.
Yeah.
Just the ending song, I still love it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I do.
On
On the little video they uploaded about with them just doing the dance, I like the part where, for some reason, Tommy Tom and Bama just start like slap fighting each other.
I haven't watched those
And
other ones
then
yet.
go back to the dance.
I haven't watched the separate videos of them all doing the dance. The torrent that I got also included the fucking Hakatami Nami special, which I wanted to include, but I realized we didn't have time for when I saw that the movie was over an hour.
I want to say, I was watching this and I got confused. Like, I got confused at one point when I recognized something. I'm not going to get into specifics in case we get anything in trouble, but I think some subgroups are starting to come back a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely had a familiar fonts in the
is
subs.
it because of how you found the movie?
Yeah, like I totally watched it legit, but it had these wacky fan subs and
the kind of fan subs you usually see in Power Rangers trailers.
Hey,
yeah.
Blaze, you used the site that Itchy let us know about.
Yeah.
Oh god, those Power Ranger graphics.
So anyway, that's the Kiramager Ryusoulger movie. It was pretty good.
I enjoyed it, despite having Ryusoulger.
Yeah.
I enjoyed both crossovers with Ryusoulger. I thought they were both really good. Even though
the
I think
special, I was surprised with how much I enjoyed watching
it. Gar would stab me for saying I liked Kishu versus Keisaku versus Kaito. But I love that movie so much.
But I love the Keisatsu part.
I don't remember if I liked that movie or not. It's been a while.
I think you guys all said it was bad, but I really liked it. It was the one where with the Lupin soul to turn.
It would be interesting to see those toys made, but
anyway. Actually, speaking of Ryusoulger, I saw the Chrono. The Chroma saber in Walmart the other day, and I thought American Sword toys were supposed to be longer. That was tiny.
It looked like the dagger.
Yeah.
Like that could pass off as the dagger. Oh, speaking of Dino Fury, I guess in France we see the morphing sequence of all 6 of them together.
Cool.
So,
am you French?
I mean, it's only. The dialogues are French, of course, but it's cool for what we got. It's cool to see all 6 morph together.
Yeah. As long as they don't have the fucking white undersuits that Dino Charge had.
It's more like they had black on, but then they envelop by their color, then like a white light, and then their color again.
All right. Well.
But it is black undersuits.
Okay. All right. Well.
Have you not seen the Dino Fury morph, Itchy?
I don't think I have.
Oh, okay.
Anyways.
But, yeah, no, it's black undersuits.
That is Castranger for this week.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Boy, was it quite the episode for me, a new guy to join in on.
Yeah.
I
have a whole lot of stuff to catch up in from the past year I missed. Jesus.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, Blaze, I'm also from another dimension, so
you have everything to catch up on.
Blaze.
In his world, May became a writer.
Oh,
Take me back.
Let's just say the dimension I'm from. Let's just say it's called a lost dimension for a reason.
Why is that?
Is it lost?
Are you familiar with Mystic Knights of Tirnanog?
What?
So yeah, I'm from a dimension where that lasted at least 3 seasons. I was somewhere in the 3rd season. Don't worry, Itchy. I'm not going to spoil anything for you.
Can I go to that world, please?
Sadly, no.
Itchy, I'm at the portal right now. I was just there.
Well, if Mystic Knights isn't going to keep going, I'll just have to write my own.
See, Itchy, here's the thing. Season 3 had Merlin, and he threw me through a magical portal, and I managed to get here.
Cool.
Wait,
So-
am I Merlin?
Oh, you're here.
Long story. He pops at the end of season 2.
All right,
Wait,
well...
Merlin pops up or I pop up? I'm confused.
I don't know what's happening anymore. Okay, this is Castranger.
Kikai, Radio Sentai Castranger.
Kikai, Radio Sentai Castranger. Next week we're gonna.
Kikai, Radio Sentai Castranger.
He's already doing the pitch.
I'm doing it. This is why I don't like having so many people on Discord. We just talk over each other all the time.
Well, my bad. I'm a guy.
Anyway, so I noticed that the Kiramager Bebop Dreams movie is also subbed, so that will be next week.
Maybe do you want to throw in the Hakatami Nami special there too?
Maybe if the Bebop Dreams movie isn't very long, then maybe we'll do both.
I prefer Kiramager Rocksteady Nightmares.
I prefer Kiramager Cowboy Bebop.
Wow. I prefer Kiramager in the Next Mutation.
I think you're the only one who wants that, Itchy.
That's fine. I'm used to being in the minority. I like Venus de Milo. Bone Steel is the greatest Turtles villain. Don't at me.
Oh, he is great.
Is he does he have steel bones or does he steal bones?
Neither.
Oh,
First one, then the other.
But he is played by Scott McNeil.
And Scott McNeil is great.
I think a response to a question like that, like the answer of neither is better than both.
Right? Because now you're curious.
Do they have steel bones or does he steal bones? Neither. Oh.
No.
Better than Taserface.
Oh yeah, Taserface.
All right. Well, that has been the show. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to Blaze, Jerry, and Emily for being with me on this episode.
No, thanks for being here, even though there was a bunch of stuff that came out tonight.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving a new guy who's been here for about only a year a chance.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you for having me
Awesome.
again. Thank you for having me again. I really appreciate it.
Well, you've been our most consistent patron. I damn well better fucking have you on the show at some point.
And
I think I've donated you guys at least $300 now.
Dang, you are dedicated.
I've been a patron for like 4 years now.
The funny thing is, all of the money that we get from the Patreon and the YouTube and even the merch, none of it see it as personal profits. It all just goes into an account that we use for purchasing equipment.
Yeah. I need to buy another shirt of mine because I need to get a size larger just because it's not tall enough.
And you can do that by going to castranger.podbean.com and clicking on our merchandise link.
And then you can also go to the Patreon and please join me. I'm lonely.
I need friends.
And hopefully this will be the first of maybe more episodes with me.
Possibly.
I hope so.
I remember my first. Hey, you had a good first episode. At least you didn't do what I did on my first episode, where I said, "Have I proven my worthiness yet?" And I fucking cringe every single time.
I mean, Blaze. To be fair, I think I increased the madness by at least 80%.
Hey, it's gonna make for better content.
Just all, we're not worthy! We're not worthy!
It may not be frequent, but I'll try to be on when I can. And
when
I hope you guys enjoy
you.
It's honestly the biggest fact. Honestly, the biggest factor will be how available Lane is.
Yeah,
fair. I'll be I'm in the reserve. I'm back up.
Yeah, you're like one of those reserve party members in an RPG.
Yeah. And we're the regulars of the Castranger B team.
Yeah.
I mean, just the fact alone that you let me do my roll call, you actually let me do, I guess, by stealing some of the bits. The fact that some of you guys were just so welcoming for me.
I wouldn't say I let you steal bits, but I didn't do anything against it.
I did steal your bit. I did steal bits, though. But I'm just happy that I got to be a little selfish for once, and I got to be on an episode. And luckily, I managed to pick a fun episode to join on.
Yeah,
dude, we're glad to have you. I'm glad to be here.
It's people like you who actually give a shit about this awful production that I've been doing for 7 years that make it feel like it's worth continuing.
I've listened to 12 episodes. I definitely respect the quality that's increased.
Dude,
Trust me. Maybe I don't say it often, but we do appreciate everything that you do with this issue.
Dude, when I stopped making gaming stuff on my channel because I quickly realized I enjoy doing this, but I don't enjoy editing it. And you do it every week, and fucking we love you for it.
I mean, heck.
Well,
I actually had the time to actually, like, 'cause I'm currently unemployed. If I had the money, I would have dropped on the Patreon as soon as I could.
Well, the thing about not enjoying editing is that's why I stopped. I shifted from doing edited Let's Plays and I became a streamer instead, because then I don't have to edit the videos.
It's a nice balance.
Yeah, I want to learn how to stream.
But I have also started doing some edited content, which is my FF14 videos, which you can find by looking up Warriors of Amolite on YouTube.
I'm glad you consider me representative there, Seven.
Speaking of Amolite, let me show myself real quick. I just recently, this last week, put out a video of me doing the Final Fantasy 15 crossover event, which means I finally got to get the fucking car mount that I was literally months away from. I barely missed when I started playing. I waited 2 long years watching other people have the fucking sweet-ass car mount, and I finally have it for myself!
I need to get back on that so I can do it.
You have until October something.
Hey, Itchy.
Yeah.
Is it too much to ask for my caster to be somewhere in the thumbnail?
I would have to.
Pixel.
If you have art of it?
Yes, I have the pixel art of it.
Sure. Just send it to me.
Let me find it real quick.
Anyways, this has been... Wow, we just passed 2 hours.
You know what? I'll DM it to you, Itchy.
Alright. We've passed 2 hours on this recording, so we should wrap this up.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you all once again. As usual, our hijinks are at castranger.poppy.com. From there you can find all of our shit. Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, merchandise, Discord, all the cool shit.
I'd be on my channel.
Yeah.
Well,
find me lurking in the Discord.
I just want to say...
I only have my Facebook and I don't post much on there.
Sorry, go ahead, Emily.
No, I was just gonna say that I agree that I have nothing. Like, they said everything. Like, the fact that you put so much effort into this means a lot to me too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, before we head out, I have one last request. Ichi?
I swear if it's Bakugan.
Cue the roll call.
No!
Good night, everybody.
Thanks,
Good night, everybody.
And remember, stay Rider.
Stay Sentai.
And don't put your head in someone's ass.
Unless you get paid. I don't know.
Unless you were stamped.
Unless it makes you a T-Rex, I guess.
That's a pretty good reason.
I got Butiramigo.
Don't put your head in someone's ass unless it makes you a T-Rex.
Okay, this bit's dead.
Bye. Bye.